Okay, guys, welcome back to Crafting While Caffeinated. Today, we are going to be making candy bracelets. More specifically, I want to make candy bracelets for the MCR show that I'm going to next month. Because I found some really cute beads and I want to make something fun to give out to people. I don't know. I saw other people with this kind of similar idea, so I thought it'd be fun. So let me show you really quickly. So I got ASMR. I found out about this company called Jelly Bead, and they make specialty beads, like 3D printed beads. I'm assuming some of these are not MCR themed. Some of them I just got for myself, but a couple of fun ones that I found were I found cigarette beads, which I think might be fun. I found these little tombstone beads. Have to like I'm presenting a product. Oh, and then this one. These ones are really cool. Look at it. They're like little ignore my oh my god, ignore my horrendous nails. I'll just show it from far away. These little coffins, aren't these are so Helena coated. I love them, and they're kind of sparkly. And then I got these glow in the dark bone beads, which should be pretty cool. Let me check if they oh yeah, they do. That's cool. So yeah, I want to make MCR themed candy. I'm not sure. Oh, wait, let me show you what else. I also got this is a little fun side thing. I also got some rainbows, and I got these little UFOs. These are so cute. Um, so yeah, that's the main thing I want to do today, I think. And I also want to just make candy for fun. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay. So to go with the MCR theme, I picked up some colored beads, specific colors of beads. I found these what are they called? Sparkly, not iridescent, but these kind of clear beads. They're red, sparkly clear beads. I thought they'd be more fun than just regular red beads. I also got some sparkly black beads, and then I also got um, some black and white beads. And on top of that, I also got just regular colored beads in case I want to add I don't know. I'm really winging it here. I do also have some string. The only color they had at the craft store was this hot pink, which I'm not complaining. It's kind of fun. Yeah, the craft store was completely out of candy almost. Like it was kind of slim pickings. I guess because it's festival season, everybody's making candy right now, which is kind of fun. I feel for a while, it was kind of lame to make candy. I remember the weird anti-plur thing that was happening in the EDM scene a few years ago. I'm kind of glad people got over that. Let's make our first bracelet. I really want to make a fun little cigarette bracelet because I just think these beads are so fun. I don't think I want this one to have words. I think I just want it to have I just want it to be colorful. So I think I'll do sparkly black cigarettes and maybe orange. Okay, while I am trying to map this bracelet out, see what I want it to look like, I guess I'll just start talking. How's everybody doing? How's everybody been? Hopefully, keeping as sane as possible, given the state of everything happening right now. I guess I'm realizing, I know, what if I don't even do, I know, do, I have been in a bit of a state of thought, anxiety, um, just general worry for the past. Well, I mean, largely speaking, maybe my whole life I felt like this, but specifically so over the last like month. In case y'all don't know, I do live in a border city, and yeah, it's been kind of like jarring, kind of scary, well, very scary actually. Sorry, this is like a little bit harder than I thought it was going to be. I haven't made candy in a really long time. That's a lie. I made candy like 2 years ago, but I guess that's still kind of a long time, right? Anyways, um, yeah, I live in a border city, and I have kind of been in a state of like, I feel like this is kind of happening like all over my city. It's just like this energy that I have been feeling of like Mm, like kind of disassociation almost, right? Where like people don't really want to accept the reality of what's happening with like the ice raids and such. And it's just been like really weird. It's been very strange. I don't know. It just feels like, what is that word? Hypernormalization. I feel like I'm feeling that really intensely right now where I live. Because like literally border patrol slash ice has been spotted like maybe like a few blocks away from where I live, not even exaggerating. It is like pretty scary actually. I feel like just I feel like everybody's kind of just like in this like kind of like deer in the headlights kind of feeling. And I don't know, I guess it's been like kind of difficult to make videos the way that I have been making videos. It's been like increasingly more difficult for me to just like sit down and like make a funny video, ha ha ha, because like that's not really, I don't know, it feels disingenuous, I guess is the word I want to use. And I don't know, I've been in this state of just like going back and forth between like, well, you know, I'm hopefully helping people like feel better about like life in general. Hopefully my um upbeat and talkative personality can help people feel a little bit brighter about their day. But also, I don't really want to like just also ignore it and be in a state of like denial, right? Right? So it's just been kind of hard finding that like kind of middle ground, I guess. Okay, I'm trying to figure out which string I want to use because I do have this string, but I did also get this string, which is like the to me, this is like the OG like candy making cord. Like this is what I used when I used to make candy in middle school. I don't know. Okay, well, I guess I'll try this. It feels a little bit stretchier, so I'll try this first. Yes, I feel like I have been in a state of like just I don't know, like that kind of feeling where it's like you're doing the best and simultaneously the worst you've ever been doing in your entire life. That's kind of how I have been feeling lately. Like I'm doing great. My mental health is really good, but also like really not good. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to like not talk about this stuff on my channel because I'm realizing I didn't realize like that my channel would get as many subscribers as it did in the time period that like all of this happened. Like I haven't even had my channel for a year, you know. I wasn't expecting it to grow the way that it has, and I'm realizing like I just assume that most of the people watching my videos are people who already know me, but I don't think that's true. And I'm realizing now that like I haven't really talked too much about this stuff, even though it is something that is like kind of important to me. So yeah, I just want to put it out there. Fuck ICE, free Palestine, fuck Israel. This is not a safe space for homophobia, transphobia, racism, all of that. Okay, this is like that's yes, that's what I'm about. That's what I'm about. So I have to put that out there. I feel like maybe like the way that I present myself that's already kind of obvious, but well, I mean, you never know these days. So I'm just putting that out there. I think it's important to like stick up for what you believe in and stick up for the things that you think are right, even though it may lose you money or, you know, like that your opportunity for money might diminish. Um, as if I make money off of this channel. I don't make money off of this channel at all. So, general theme here we have cigarette, and then I have orange, black, and white. I think that's what I'm gonna go with. Another thing that I have been thinking about is like uh just like where I want to go with my channel, I guess, my online presence. I recently re-downloaded TikTok, unfortunately. Um, and I was just like the last time I posted on TikTok, I was 22, barely turning 23. My TikTok was most active when I was like 20, like, yeah, like 20 between the ages of like 19 and like 22 are when I was on TikTok the most. I was unemployed for a good chunk of it because of COVID. And I was just going through like my old videos because I was just kind of curious, you know. I realized that like I was already like I got rid of TikTok specifically because I was just going through a lot of mental strife and TikTok was making it worse. And I was like, okay, I need to take a break from like all social media. And for the most part, I did. But one thing I noticed in that time period is that like completely isolating yourself will only help you so much. And like just taking a full on break from social media and just like going on like I guess like a detox, like like a dopamine detox, I think is what they call it. That can only take you so far because after a certain point you kind of just start to feel like worse, you know? I don't know, like you kind of just start to feel like more isolated than you did before. I feel like I've talked about this before already, but that's essentially kind of what happened. I'm glad I took the time off of TikTok that I did because it was like actively making my anxiety a lot worse. But I think that's because just because I was like a baby, like I was so little, and you know, you could argue that I'm still little now. I know. I feel like I was just so like lost. I don't know, like looking at my old videos, I really was just like, you can really tell that I was like really depressed. And I was just like, I didn't really have like a sense of autonomy, a sense of like self worth, you know? And so I kind of just like impulsively posted on TikTok just to kind of like help myself feel better. And after a certain point, it kind of just started making me feel worse. And so, like, I guess experiencing like both the the extremes of both sides, you know, I feel like I've come out of like my situation feeling a little bit more like level-headed and a little bit more like grounded and having a better sense of self and like self-confidence that I just like couldn't you just can't have that when you're like 20, right? Like that's just like almost impossible to have. That's just the way that life works, you know? And I mean, I feel like now that I'm at a point where I just feel better or like a little bit more like grounded. Like I can be like kind of shaken, like something can shake me, but it's not gonna like ruin my whole life like it used to when I was younger. I was very sensitive when I was younger. Um, mm, okay. um, I'm just trying to find like a flow that works with me because I don't want to teeter too much on the side of like fully demonizing the internet and social media and technology because I feel like that too can go a little bit too far, right? I do think that there is still value in social media. It's just been like the well has been kind of poisoned, right? Just because a well has been poisoned doesn't mean you can't drink water anymore. That was kind of a good analogy, actually. I kind of like that. I feel like it needs some work, but I like that. I just came up with that right now. Yeah, the well has been kind of poisoned, right, with capitalism as it always does. But I do still feel like there is value in it. And I'm just trying to find a flow, a way that works best with me and like the way that I like to live my life because I am a very like I like learning and communicating and stuff like that. I feel like it's just really easy to fall into the trap of like instant um instant gratification. That's the word I'm looking for. Okay, never mind. I'm actually changing the design I want for this because this just looks a little too Halloweeny for me. I don't know. I'm not really vibing with it. Something about it. Is it the orange maybe that I'm not vibing with? Okay, I think I figured it out now. See, the thing with candy is that it's so easy to put too many beads, like too many different colored beads, that it's really like sometimes it could just look kind of messy. Yes, just trying to figure out like a way to live my life that is like better for me on like when it comes to social media and stuff. I don't know. And I've just been like trying to really get in the headspace of like being grateful for everything that I have. I feel like it is really easy for me, especially to kind of get into like a little bit of an envious headspace, and social media does exacerbate that. I will say that, where I do have this tendency to just focus on like my L's, you know, and I feel like as I've gotten older, I've gotten better at not letting that affect me as much. But every now and again, it still kind of hits, right? Just because it's like I think about it and I'm like, oh my God, this is like one of the few times in history, like Western history, I'm talking about specifically, where like I do not have to have kids. I do not have to get married. And I do not like there's so many things that I am not being as as a woman, right? It's kind of crazy. Like I'm in a place, like a very rare point in time, I feel, where I can actually just like exist, and like, yeah, people are gonna hate me, right? People are gonna hate me. That's just what it is, right? But I do think it's like it's just crazy, like there's so many things that I don't have to do or I have like the privilege of not being able to do that like wouldn't have been the case like 10, not 10, and like 30, 40 years ago, right? And so I just try to be grateful for that. I do like I just have to take a step back and like really think about it because it is really easy to feel like you're not doing things right, like you're not doing life right, like I feel like I've talked about this before, but it's just like I'm kind of just like riding the wave of like whatever happens because there's a lot of things going on that are kind of more or less out of my control. And so I'm trying to make the best of it. I don't know if that made any sense, actually. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, here we go. This is what I have. It's still kind of Halloweeny, but it's not as Halloweeny as the first one was. I think the white was just throwing me off. So let's tie it now. I hope I don't. ruffle any feathers with the cigarette. I'm realizing now that, like, I don't know, maybe some people might think I'm like glorifying addiction. But Gerard smoked cigarettes for a really long time and he vapes now. So, you know, I don't know. Maybe I should have gotten vape beads instead to be more like accurate to the present. But hey, it is what it is. And if nobody wants this bracelet, then I'll keep it. I'll wear it because I think it's funny. Not funny, but I think it's cool. I think these beads are cool. Kind of like flip flops. These beads I've noticed, but I think it's kind of fun. I don't know. I don't know. It's just it's just something. It's just something sweet for the kids. Okay. Damn. Okay, next, the next bracelet I want to make is I think I want to make, well, I want to make one with letters because I did buy this letter kit. I think I'm just gonna make I think I'm just gonna make them say MCR, or I mean, I guess I could do like Black Parade since the theme of the tour is Black Parade. So what if I did like the Black Parade is dead? That's too long. I don't know. I don't know. I guess I just want to like be more solidified in my approach to social media, right? Because I think at this point, I almost want to say it's a little bit of, I don't want to say it's a blessing because I feel like the negatives outweigh the positives for sure. But with how like corporatized and like sanitized a lot of social media has kind of become, it's kind of made me less attached to it, A, and B, it's kind of made it easier for me to like differentiate like my everyday personal life and like my social media life, you know? I feel like we are slowly kind of circling back around, you know, to like just being detached from social media, you know? I don't know, that's just what I see. I'm trying to see the positives here, right? Because I go online and I just see so much like anger and negativity with reason. Not saying that that's not warranted. It's very warranted in this day and age, but I do think it is important not to become black pilled in this point in time. It's very imperative not to do that, in my opinion. Maybe like I'm not being delusional in saying that. Like I do think like already accepting failure and loss before it happens is not a good mindset to have, especially when you are in a position of privilege. You know what I mean? I'm sorry if it's going to sound like kind of woke or whatever, but I do feel like it is kind of annoying that people in um, you know, like Middle Eastern countries, just like the general, like not uh, Western world, right, have been experiencing like 10 times the amount of any hardship that anybody here in the United States could ever experience. And nobody really cares, obviously, because it's just like how we're conditioned to think. But the second things here kind of start hitting the fan, the second shit starts hitting the fan and starts getting a little real here, and it's not all just pretend politics, fun and games, Democrats versus Republicans nonsense. The second it kind of starts hitting the fan here, oh, the world is ending. I need to move. I need to move away. I need to flee to Europe, even though Europe is also falling into fascism. Just letting you guys know. It just feels very like disingenuous, right? Like I feel like so much like loss and pain and hurt has happened on 10,000 times the scale of like anything that any of us could ever imagine. And to sit there and to be like, well, the world is ending. The second things kind of start getting a little bad here, it just comes off as like it's not about you. Hey, it's not always about us, right? It's not always about us. I'm not saying the things that are happening here aren't like horrible or bad. I'm just saying that putting yourself in that mindset of like, well, the world is ending just because America is doing kind of bad. You just insert any horrific event that happened in the Middle East slash not in the Western world, and what, the world wasn't ending then. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And like I said, I'm not trying to like be delusional, like, oh, everything will be fine, but I do think it is good to just stay calm and collected in times like these, and like kind of really like I need to start like really taking the world seriously, right? Taking the world seriously. It's not all fun and games all the time. Anyways, okay, so this is gonna be more like revenge themed, I think, but they might play revenge songs on the tour. I don't know. I feel like they will, as like a little Anyways, I'm gonna use these sparkly red beads and these coffin beads. Okay. I've been thinking about getting a Substack. Well, I do have a Substack, but I haven't used it because I'm still learning kind of how Substack works. I know it's mostly for writers. That is my general idea of it. Yeah, I don't know. I've been on the hunt. I've just been really trying to figure out, a strategy, a social media content strategy. I sound like a loser when I say that, but I have been kind of trying to find a strategy that works best for me as far as like my creative expression, because like I mentioned in my sketchbook tour video, social media did kind of like low key ruin my perception of myself as an artist, because I don't know. I feel I got interested in Substack because one of my favorite animators, like indie animators, Johnny Peppers, did a interview that was on Substack with Animation Obsessive, I think is what it's called. That's kind of like, I had heard about Substack before that, but reading that interview and kind of seeing like just like how it worked, I don't know, it made me more interested in it, because I thought like that Substack was only for writers, and so I kind of stayed away from it. But it seems like there's kind of like a growing like art thing on there, or I don't know. I don't know. I'm intrigued in it. I might give it a try, because there are some like bigger, more like offline projects that I would like to make slash like take on. And it's hard feeling like I have to document like every step of my progress or my process, and feeling like I have to constantly upload that stuff all the time. Because like making stuff in itself is already like a task that is time consuming, and then on top of that you have to also film, post, edit, curate every single thing that you put out, and it's just like it's draining. And I kind of like the idea of having a Substack, just like doing like a little like monthly like newsletter or update, or I don't know, because I feel like it would be a good way to like document my progress or my process. You know what I mean? To anybody who would be interested in it. But that's still something I'm very much toying around with the idea with, very much like in the beginning stages of it. But I don't know if anybody has any like ideas, because I know that it is mostly like a writer's space. I'm not bad at writing. I'm just like not a writer or a blogger. I don't even know what I would really talk about. I don't know. Just like observations of the world, perhaps like a journal or something. I don't know. I'm still figuring it out, because I do really love YouTube. Sorry. I do really love YouTube, and I do really love that it's just the algorithm and everything. Out of like all of the things that I have ever posted on, it's probably the best thing that I've stuck to, and it just feels more like laborious, which I kind of enjoy. You know, the thing with TikTok is that it's so easy to just like make video after video after video just to feed into the algorithm. And then maybe after like a few days, like you're like, maybe not a few days, but you know, after like a week or so, it just kind of like stagnates. You know, there's no longevity. And I'm kind of in the mindset for longevity right now. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at on that. Oh my god, this one is gonna come out so cute. I think I almost kind of want to keep one of these. I'm definitely gonna make more in this style, I think. Okay, talking about MCR again for a bit. I did see the Trisha Paytas picture, and I did watch. I don't fuck with Trisha Paytas, by the way. I did watch the video that she posted of her like just talking about like the experience of meeting him, and it just brought something into my mind that now I can never get out. Is that she talked about how her Gerard's daughter, Bandit, showed him the video, the like music video reenactments that Trisha Paytas did of like the Ghost of You. I don't know, like just the idea of like his daughter showing her that just was like, I was like, oh, there is like a very like fat non-zero chance that Bandit has probably seen, or at least seen the thumbnail of my driveway tweets video, because that video has like 16K views at this point, I think. So slim chance, but it's not zero. And the idea of that is just like kind of horrifying to me. Actually, it's kind of scary. Try not to think about it too much. Um, I don't even know. I guess I'll never know. It'll just be something that keeps me up all night for the rest of my life. I forgot to mention what I'm drinking in this cup. It is mint yerba mate, the guayaki mint yerba, best flavor. It's a little bit of homemade Jamaica, the hibiscus flower tea. Because I always crave it a lot during the summer because I'm Mexican. And I like it just reminds me of just summer here. And so I bought some from the store and I've been making some. Also because it's supposed to be good for you. Like it has health benefits, I guess. So I've been like really on that train lately. It's so delicious. It's so yummy. So yummy. Okay, so this is how it's coming out. Oh wait, you can't see the coffins. Dude, look at that. Oh my god. This is gonna be so cute. I feel like is this big enough? I don't know. My fear is that it's gonna be like I think this is yeah, I feel like this will be big enough. Okay. I almost dropped it. I was gonna add another coffin, but I think it's okay like this. I don't want to make them too big, but I also don't want to make them too small. Like I kind of want to make it like medium size so people, you know, with all their sizes can wear it because, you know, the plan is to give these away. Hopefully I'm able to. I mean, hopefully they let me bring these in to the stadium. I don't see why they wouldn't. I can maybe just bring them in my bag and see, or maybe I can call and ask. I'm, I don't like I have like so much anxiety about going to big concerts. I am so used to going to like smaller shows where like the bag check is like so much more relaxed and chill. I'm not used to going to stadium tours. I'm really not. Those aren't the kind of shows I go to because they're really expensive. Um, I'm going to be thousands of miles away from my home. I'm going to not have a car, so I'm going to have to Uber to the venue. So, like, the thought of like having to throw something away before I get into the venue is like very scary to me. Like, that, I don't want to do that. I remember when I saw MCR, I saw them in Denver there were these girls in front of us who brought like little like light up K-pop sticks, and the freaking security guard made them throw it away because I guess it wasn't allowed, even though I don't know if it said they weren't allowed. They were really upset. I felt so bad for them because I know those light sticks are not cheap, bro. And like I know K-pop stands like they that's like I don't know. I feel like that's like a very important part of like going to the concerts, you know? Um I felt so bad for them. Like they literally just had to throw it away. Like that sucks. Like bring back bag check. You know, I mean obviously like for like obviously like if you're bringing a gun or like a knife, obviously like don't do that. But like I feel like venues could make so much bank if they were just like, yeah, oh, you can't bring in this fucking light stick, but if you pay us $10, you can go and put it in a locker and then you can pick it up after the show. Isn't that just like I feel like they would make so much money on that. I feel like that's something that people like big venues should do. I don't know, it just makes sense to me. Um okay, anyways, here we go. That's so cute. Oh my god, this one. I think I'm gonna make two of these like revenge ones. Now I'm looking at the cigarette one and I'm kind of like, does this even really match the theme? But you know, I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, okay. I'm definitely gonna make another Three Cheers one because this is just so cool and so fun. The next one though that I'm gonna make is I think I'm gonna make a Black Parade themed one with these tombstones. And I think I'm gonna put uh Dead, right? Dead, because Tombstone, and it's song on Black Parade. So that's what we're gonna do. You know what else? I really want to bring to the show. I think I might do Bone and Tombstone together. I think that would be fun. Um. Anyways, I really want to. I really want to bring binoculars. I feel like we kind of forgot about binoculars and like just in general like I feel like because everything's like on a phone now people just like zoom in on their phone, but I feel like there's just something so beautiful about like a pair of binoculars, you know, because like I kind of want to feel like I'm going to the opera, right? Like that's kind of like the vibe I want to give at my show, like with my outfit, which I'm still planning. But yes, I want to bring binoculars. I need to see if they allow binoculars into the venue. I went on the website. I'm going to Oracle Park in San Francisco. I went on the website. It doesn't say that I can't bring binoculars, but I am like very well aware of the power trips that security guards love to go on randomly. It's like it sucks so much. I think actually to that. Yeah. So I think I don't know. Can I call? I kind of just want to call her. Maybe I'll send maybe I can send an email. Maybe I don't know because I do want to get a pair of binoculars that I can bring so I don't have to be on my phone the whole time because I got seats like a little bit higher up. Like I didn't get like the best seats because like I didn't want to spend like $1,000 trillion on tickets. Sorry. I don't have that much money right now. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like what happened to binoculars? What happened to? I feel like we should bring back binoculars and telescopes. I am very, very, very excited. I never thought I was ever going to see MCR again in my life. Like I thought the 2022 tour was it. I thought that was it for me. I really did. I was like, well, that's as good as it's ever going to get for me. I did get a pretty good view at the last tour because it was an arena tour, so it wasn't like as big of a venue. So I did actually have a really good view of the stage from our seats. I do remember this couple next to us, literally every like 5 minutes, they had to get up for something. They had to get up for like concessions or to use the bathroom or something. I don't know. But if I wasn't so elated to be there, if I wasn't literally like meeting God at that concert, I would have been so pissed about it because They were really annoying. Like they literally got up every 5 minutes, and it's like, dude, can you just like enjoy the show, please? Like I thought we all paid a lot of money to be here. Like, why are you getting up every 5 seconds? It was very frustrating. But like I said, I was having one of the best times ever of my life. So I didn't say anything. Whatever, it is what it is. Just concerts, I guess. I don't know. It's just like, how are you going to pay that much money to be at a show and like just be so, I don't know, maybe they got their tickets for free. I don't know. We don't know everyone's story, right? I was tempted to get pit tickets for this show, but I was like, eh, no, I'm good. Because then I'd have to get there all fucking early. And even if you get there really early, there is still like, there's always going to be someone in front of you, bro. There's always going to be someone in front of you. And I'm short, so GA standing concerts, I'm usually just staring at the back of someone's head. So I was like, no, I'd rather like have a seat so I can see. Because yeah, I was tempted, but no, it's just like I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it at big concerts. I can do GA standing at like 300 people show, even like 1,000 maybe. I don't know. Like anything like that, I can do. I can do that. I can't do like GA at like a giant concert like that. I don't know how people do it. I really don't. Okay, I think this one's done. I'm only making singles. I am not doing like I can't do anything else but just like simple singles because I think I tried making a cuff ones. It's so much effort, so much work for that. Um, I did when I was like in high school, I made like the little like star pieces that I made into like a cuff, kind of like a chain cuff kind of bracelet that I thought was really cool. I was really proud of it. Here we go. Ta-da, it says dead. I think that's cute. Very Black Parade themed, right? And the bones glow in the dark, which is cool. Okay, I think I'm going to take a break from MCR bracelets right now. I've only made three. Well, really two. I don't even know if this counts anymore. This is just kind of like kind of silly, but I don't know if anyone's going to want this. Um, because I did get some like specialty beads that I'm actually kind of excited about. I got these. They're called Link Charms. Link up, share your vibe. I don't know. This company, the Jelly Bead company, sells them, and it's basically like an NFC like reader. It has like an NFC card, like a reader, like like tap to pay kind of thing, like in the charm, which is I think really cool. So you can like link it up to like your social media or like your Cash App or your Venmo or something. Because as like an artist, it is really annoying having to like get like I give people a sticker and they're like, "Oh, what's your Instagram?" And I'm like, "Well, it's on the sticker." And then like they just have to like type it into their phone or like they're like, "Yeah, yeah, no, I'll follow you," and then they never do. They never do. Not that it really matters, but I do think it is kind of fun to kind of be like, "Oh yeah, here's my Instagram. Here's my TikTok. Here's my YouTube." So I kind of want to make like just like a fun, like funny bunny themed bracelet, I guess. I don't have any bunny beads. This company doesn't have well, they had bunny beads, but they weren't like the kind of bunny beads that I wanted. Um, anyways, I'm just gonna make it like colorful rainbows. Woo! Yay! Okay, I'm definitely gonna use these rainbow beads because I love them. And I also want to utilize like the glow in the dark stars too. These beads are so adorable. Like they're so cool. Like when I found out that beads like this existed, I was like, wow, technology has come so far because when I was back in my day, we did not have 3D printers and we did not have like beads like this. Like literally, I think to make one of I had like this old candy necklace that was like a piplup. It was like a piplup plushie, like a necklace. And literally to make it, I I like literally like I sewed like a hole through it. Like I had to like solder a hole through it essentially so the string would go through. God, I don't know what happened to that. But yeah, that's like I'm sure people still do that, but I mean like these like cute like specialty beads, it was either like we just had to make our own charms or we just bought like stuff like random trinkets and like charms that weren't meant for candy at like we just kind of made it work, you know? Anyways, I just think it's cool. Technology, am I right? Okay, here we go. Ta-da! This is it. This is very I need to trim the thing. Very like Candy Kid, like braver kind of vibes, which I'm into. It's a little on the tighter side, which is fine. Yeah, very cool, very fun. My wrists are like criminally small, so I kind of want it to fit a little bit more on the snug side. So did make it pretty small, but yes. Yay! Okay, cool. Okay, I think that's it. At least for like the video. I'm gonna make a few more MCR bracelets just to give out. I don't want to make too many because, like I said, I really don't know how many people are gonna give a fuck. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm not trying to get my hopes down. I'm not trying to get them up either. If you are going to the MCR show in San Francisco, hey, then you want a bracelet? Look for me. I'll be there. I will be there. But yes, I hope you all are having as good of a time as you possibly can. And yeah, I will see you in the next video, whatever that is.